Hello, everyone. Really excited to be here today. My name is Johannes Sötter. I'm co-founder and CEO of Kern AI, and what we are doing was always a bit more difficult to pitch, but that has changed since the arrival of ChatGPT. In a nutshell, we're working with enterprises like, for instance, financial institutions to help them apply Gen AI in their own organizations. And I like to think of our software in a very similar way that I think of autonomous driving. Because in autonomous driving, you have the level 0, where only the human is driving, and level 5, only the car is driving. So what we are seeing at the moment is that enterprises are trying to identify their level 1 use case, their parking assistant, in their own enterprise. And I want to make tangible what such a use case can look like, and then how you can proceed with those kind of use cases using Kern AI. The first example that I'm going to share is from one of our customers, or inspired from one of our customers, Markel, and also Berliner Volksbank. And they have a lot of problems in their first-level support when answering complex questions from customers. One example you see over here is a typical tariff, many pages, and when a customer asks a question, you have to manually look into it and try to find the right piece of information. Markel roughly required 5 minutes per customer to get to the right piece of information and then answer a customer question. And in the era of ChatGPT, the idea is relatively simple. Why do I still search? Why can't I simply ask? I want to show you what this looks like, the level 1 use case in Kern. The first step is we take documents like this one and upload them to our platform. And the first step that is being taken takes roughly 1 minute per document. It's automatically passed into a format that is Gen AI ready. You can see, for instance, that the tabular data that I have and the 2-column layout is correctly recognized and made available in a format that the large language model can understand it. Also, what we do is we try to understand precisely how your data is connected. So we kind of build a knowledge graph from your data. In this case, this is one document, and we try to understand how are different kind of paragraphs related to one another. Why do we do this? Because then we can simply start by asking questions to our data. So for instance, in this case, a customer support gets the question, I got sick during my travels. I type this in. I'm asked to select one of the tariffs that I have. The model found facts, and it's generating a response. So with Markel, we went from 5 minutes to an average 30 seconds to get back to the customer. And we have a 95% plus accuracy rate, which is human-level performance. So that's very interesting, but the question is, how can you go one step further? This is like your level 1 assistant. What does a level 2 assistant look like? And I want to show you what the editor looks like under the hood that you can use to go further. So in this case, you can see that we have our editor, where we have the existing question, and our agent is set up in a way that it can decide what kind of steps it should take to get back to the customer with the question. This means, for instance, fine-tuning and customizing exactly your agent to your enterprise's needs, picking precisely the large language model that works for your use case, and even fine-tuning the model to better understand what your company is all about. What's extremely important to understand, this is not just a chatbot technology. The chatbot is always just a version 1. What I want to show you is everything that you set up here is available as an API that you can just copy. In this case, what I want to show you, I'm running this code snippet, which is using the agent that I've just shown you before, and it's generating the response under the hood. And within a few seconds, it's generating the response that you previously saw in the chatbot. Why is this so relevant? Because the documents that you can use to embed into your agent are not just tariffs from insurers. You could literally embed a financial report, 200 pages or more, and start asking questions. This means you nowadays have a technology that you can easily use to get a lot of unstructured data and put it into structured formats that you can then use for your workflows. So what we are all about at Kern AI is we're trying to use this kind of technology for insurance, but also for financial industries. And what's really important to understand here, this is a technology where you're not going from level 0 to level 5 within a year. I'm deeply convinced that those that get started with the first simple-to-use use case learn how they can implement those kind of use cases. Why? Because they can easily find values such as, for instance, mitigating skilled labor shortage, getting back to customers quicker, which means you have happier customers, and making your processes much more efficient. And you can get started today with a level 1 assistant like the one that I shared for here, for example, in this case. So if you want to understand more how to get started in your organization, how to make best use of this, I'm very excited to speak more about this. I'm here at our booth at Kern AI and happy to chat further with you about what this can look like in your organization. Thank you very much.